More than a quarter of American Jews were a target of an anti-Semitic incident in 2022, and 38% changed their behavior out of fear of anti-Semitism, an American Jewish Comedy survey found. Anti-Jewish perceptions are becoming more common among the American people as well. The Anti-Defamation League, in a study published in January of this year, found that 85% of Americans believe at least one anti-Jewish trope, as opposed to 61% found in 2019. These alarming figures have caught the attention of the US government, which is demonstrating a serious commitment to addressing the issue and implementing measures aimed at reducing the trend of increasing anti-Semitism.
It's on the rise. We know that from the statistics. And we're very concerned about it. The United States government is very concerned. But in response to this rise in anti-Semitism, the White House has just released the first national strategy ever to combat anti-Semitism.
But Ambassador Lipstadt believed that the American people should get on board as well in addressing this problem.
Congress is taking this very seriously, and now we need the American people to take it seriously, because anti-Semitism may affect the Jews, but it also affects democracy at large. It starts with the Jews, it doesn't end with the Jews. It is a danger to democracy, and we're hoping people recognize this and address it.
In Latin America, although the incidents are less violent, anti-Semitism exists as well.
We have anti-Semitism from the right, neo-Nazi cells, 500 of them were found in Brazil. From the left, with the exaggerated criticism on Israel and its delegitimization.
But South American governments are also taking actions in combating this issue.
We have many efforts by local governments, for instance, putting Holocaust education into their national curricula. Brazil has done that very recently, Argentina had done that before, and other countries. Adopting the IRA definition, we had just in the last year the addition of Colombia and Guatemala to a team that has Argentina, Uruguay, United States, and Canada.
In my country, in Colombia, is one of the two countries in the continent that the word anti-Semitism appears in the criminal code, and it's a criminal offense.
Jewish communities are also addressing the issue through education.
We try to educate about anti-Semitism, about the Holocaust, about Israel, and the second is with legislation.
Anti-Semitism is a key issue for Jewish organizations around the world, as it is growing in America, Europe, and other Western countries. Lawmakers and influential people are taking the lead to fight it, as they see it as a threat to their democracies. While anti-Semitism experiences a resurgence in the West, the governments of some African countries are renewing support for Israel and building bridges with their local Jewish communities.
I think Israel is enjoying a very good image among African countries. Israel is well known to be a pioneer in technology, in agriculture, in water resources. Most African countries remember that Israel was there by their side when they were still young, independent countries.
Today, there are important Israeli projects involved in developing African nations, and this is taking relations to the next level. Joseph Abramovich, president and CEO of Gigawatt Global, has established several solar panel fields in Africa, significantly improving access to technology that is generally lacking on the continent.
We took the Israeli model and we've brought it to Africa, where there's 600 million people without power. There's 300 million people burning expensive and polluting diesel, and the population is going to double. Problem is, no one ever did utility-scale solar fields in sub-Saharan Africa before, but that's what we're here for.
Anti-Semitism is generally not a significant concern in most African countries, particularly those in sub-Saharan Africa.
Do we have anti-Semitism in these countries? I would say probably marginally, because this is a Western concept which has been imported. As far as I'm concerned, I've never met any African or black people around me in Africa being anti-Semitic.
I have to say, in most African countries, it's the opposite of anti-Semitism. It's philo-Semitism. The Christians there, they actually know their Bible and they believe it. There's an admiration for the state of Israel.
From Tel Aviv, this is Debbie Monblad reporting for the Media Line.